Hi, Jason here, Creator Brain Advisor, and welcome back to our 10-step program to building resilience at work. Today, we're on step number 4, progressing on your goals. Now, last week we learned about practicing acceptance, which is very important, and I hope this past week that you were able to practice and feel the benefits that you get from even little tiny micro moments of acceptance, and we would definitely love to hear about that. And for today, let's get right on to goals. Now, this step in building up resilience is probably for all my time poor peers out there. I mean, I've heard it from everywhere, from CIOs to just family and friends. Whatever I'm asking about, oh, would you like to do this? How's this going on? Don't have enough time, don't have enough time, don't have enough time. And it's extremely important to be able to progress on goals. And this has been a huge challenge for me over the years to try to correct and retrain my brain, because what happens is when you're perceiving that you're not actually progressing on your goals, possibly you've made your goals too large, or you have too many going on at the same time. Now, what happens is if you don't feel you're advancing, you're not really getting any juicy dopamine fixes that are coming out from the brain chemistry in your head, and that can cause a lot of excess cortisol, because you're getting stressed because you feel that you're actually, I mean, our primitive brain would be thinking we're taking a step back from advancement, and that's not what we want. I just did a great podcast with a Dr. Loretta Burning. Hope to be able to have the link in the description below. And Dr. Burning studies mammalian brain and brain chemistry, which is awesome from a reflective perspective on how we ourselves react in reference to our closest ancestors. So we had great discussions about dopamine and goal setting and whatnot. I'll have to check that out. Back to this progressing on goals. I know how challenging this is, especially in today's environment where things have become far more complicated, much more complex. Something that you thought was going to take an hour is now taking 3 hours, a full day, maybe even more. It's pretty crazy. So we really need to figure out some practices in order to build up our resilience around getting to progress on our goals. One of these techniques that I came across in the research world was around priming. Now, positive priming is kind of, it's a great little hack, a brain hack, because what you're doing is really finding a habit that you have, that you already do well at, and then piggybacking that habit with the new goals that you want to develop or create or progress on. You want to read a book, and that's one of your goals. At the office, maybe you have to get through this presentation. Now, every morning you have a great habit where you come in and you have hopefully you have your Nespresso machine and you make a nice coffee and you sit down and normally you read the paper. But the paper isn't really a goal for you at this point. It's actually getting through this huge 100-page report. So the priming technique allows you to piggyback so that every day you train yourself that when you come in and you have your coffee, instead of having the newspaper there, replace the newspaper with the report you need to read. And then little by little, in manageable chunks, you're going to progress, and you're going to feel great because you're doing it and it's already becoming a habit. For the goals that perhaps are too large, we're really going to look at chunking. So, breaking them down. This is PM 101. You got to break things down into manageable deliverables that you can focus on and deliver. Let's practice, shall we? So the first, let's get a healthy practice of to-do lists. So if you want goals, the first thing you need to know is you need to see them right in front of you. And each time you actually cross off one of these goals on your to-do list or tasks, you're going to feel good about it. It's going to build up your confidence, your self-efficacy, and it's going to give you little kind of brain boosts of dopamine, which are great. So take your goals list them all out into what we normally call work breakdown structure, if you like. You know, what needs to be done, little manageable pieces at a time to get you to complete the big one. This is going to help you not feel so overwhelmed and to feel like you are more empowered to get this goal done and specifically progress on it. Another practice, disable distractions. Wow. One of the biggest challenges with being time poor or having not enough time to do this is we're constantly distracted. The funny thing is, while doing this video, I was just distracted because my phone went off and I had to go turn it off. So distractions are everywhere. However, we can take our power back by limiting these distractions. Put it on silent, or actually just turn the phone off. Flip your computer laptop down if you really need to focus on something. Often, I would put earphones on, put some really calm, focused classical music, get me in the flow, in the zone, and just focus. So we really want to disable distractions and ask people for help. Say, look, I really need to focus right now. Can we talk about this later? Once the distractions are disabled, you'll notice that you'll be able to apply more time and focus on progressing your goals, which will get you there. And for our last practice, priming technique. As I explained early on, take whatever you want and attach it, piggyback it to something that you're already doing every day. We use the, I can say for myself, it's not necessarily, sort of work related, in order to ensure that I'm constantly kind of optimized with my body and my mind. I have my supplementation, so fish oil, magnesium, B complex, whatnot. And to make sure that I do this every day, I have it right next to my coffee maker. So as soon as I'm making my coffee, it acts as a trigger, and go and get my supplements, put them out, and I have them. So this priming technique, great practice. You'll be creative and you'll figure out how to interweave it in your own way, and it'll definitely get you into a habit quicker and probably easier, I would think, because it's not so intrusive. It's almost like a little bit of a Trojan horse, if you will. And our recap for today: forget about being time poor, stop that narration in your head, seize the moment, carpe diem, focus on disabling distractions and get right into it. Make time. Next, progress on your goals, put an emphasis on that, because each time you take a step closer, you're actually relieving stress in your body, and you're boosting the dopamine levels in your brain, and that's going to feel good. Lastly, priming. Call in a buddy habit, a little buddy technique, and develop yourself with the priming technique to progress with your goals closer and closer by using an existing habit that already works. Well, thanks for taking the time to watch today's step on building resilience at work. Hope you're going to progress on your goals this week. Really focus on practicing these techniques. The more we practice, the more repetition, the more they're going to sink into your head. And that's a game changer up there. Like always, please let us know how you find these videos, how you find the practices in the comments below. Give us a like on our Facebook page, subscribe on YouTube, please, and share, and follow on LinkedIn. A lot of the individuals who need this information are on LinkedIn, and we really need to share and get that information out. We'll see you next week for step 5. And I know you're working hard at this. It's not easy going against the herd mentality to kind of do something different. But once you do, I'm telling you, the earth isn't going to be flat anymore. Take care, stay positive, see you next week.